Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and I'm hanging out in my 125 test world, and you might have noticed I don't have any of my normal equivalent exchange toys on my hotbar. That's because I'm doing a mod spotlight today on a mod that is currently incompatible with Forge, but is just such a cool, unique, and interesting idea I had to go check it out. Now, previous version of this mod had a Forge compatibility patch which did allow it to work with Forge, and I'm assuming that there'll be another one coming very soon, so I wasn't able to use any of my Forge mods with this one. But hopefully in the near future you will be able to have it along with Forge. What is this awesome and cool mod that Direwolf is showing us today? It is Mystcraft. Those of you who are probably in the majority have never heard of the Myst books, but when I was young I enjoyed reading them. They're an interesting stories of books. The Myst canon is that there used to be an ancient race of people who discovered a way to write magical books and create unique worlds by this mystical writing system that has long since died off, and the main characters in the Myst books start to discover ways to write these magical books again. And every book that you write basically creates an active and real world that you can travel to, and the creator of Mystcraft has implemented that using the separate dimension system that Minecraft has built in. So it's a really neat mod. There's some really interesting mechanics, and you guys got to stay tuned and see the cool stuff that's available in Mystcraft. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, so you can see me hanging out in my little house here. I'm prepared to start working with Mystcraft. Now, the first item that you're going to probably run into in Mystcraft is called a descriptive book. And the way to craft that is simply take a regular old book and combine it with a feather, and that gives you a descriptive book. When you craft it, it gives that book a unique age number. Okay. Now, the second item you're going to need to craft before you start using this descriptive book is called a linking book. Now, a linking book will automatically link to whatever age or world that you're currently occupying when you craft the book. So as soon as I crafted that linking book, it got called Overworld, which is the main world that you spawn in when you start the game. So Overworld, this linking book, will now link back to this area. And the cool thing about the linking book is it'll link you right back to wherever you were crafting the book at. So since I was standing at my crafting table when I crafted it, I will get teleported back here when I use the linking book. Now, let's take a look at the descriptive book first. Note that it's currently called age 55. Okay, I'm going to travel to that age by holding down the right mouse button. And you can see, once I release the mouse button, I get teleported to that age. Traveling. Each age has a unique environment. And you can see I spawned somewhere very, very unique, as a matter of fact. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Neat place that I found here. Very strange, possibly a corrupt age. Some ages are corrupt, and this might be one of them, but I'm not 100% certain. You can see I spawned on top of a neat little skyblock here. That's kind of interesting. Let's give myself a little bit more room to work with. And the reason I crafted that linking book is because when I use my descriptive book, you can see it drops out of my inventory. So by using a book, it drops from your inventory. It lands on the ground back where we were in the overworld. Now, this is a pretty interesting age, and I might want to explore it. You can see it's dark out too, but if I want to get back to the overworld, I have to use my linking book. And just like the descriptive book, when I use my linking book, it's going to get dropped to the ground. And remember I said I was standing at my crafting table when I crafted that linking book? That's exactly where I landed. And you can see that age 55 landed on the ground, like I said. If you want to pick it back up again, just right-click it and it lands in your inventory. If we wanted to travel back to that age, just use the book again. And you can see that the link book that I had that sent me back to the overworld is now laying on the ground here. And I can get back to the overworld. Cool. So let's pick up age 55 and check out some of the other things that happen. The next item you could craft is called the link book stand, and what this does is it prevents these books from falling on the ground and actually gives them a stand to sit on. Simply place it on the ground and put your book on it. You can notice that I've got a couple other interesting worlds here. Let's check out the Endless Ocean world that I just discovered a little bit ago. Just walk up to your link book stand and right click on it, and you get traveled and sent to that world. So this is another world that I discovered earlier while playing with this mod before filming, and you can see my overworld book is here as well. I might as well place that on a link book stand here so I can easily get back whenever I need to. Back to the overworld. Ta-da! Now you might be wondering, hey Direwolf, how come this guy's named Age 55 and this Endless Ocean thing has a proper name on it? Well, not a big deal, I'll show you right now. Simply walk over to your book to a writing desk. Now the writing desk is a pretty cool little item, crafted with ink sac and a feather and some wood. The writing desk has some interesting properties to it. And part of what you're going to need to know about during that is your notebook. A notebook is another type of book here, crafted with straight up paper, and notebooks will learn the different properties of the worlds that you discover by traveling. So we've got our descriptive book here, age 55, and we could place that in the writing desk and give it a new name. So this book was a pretty weird world. Let's call it Skyblock World, because we kind of landed on a skyblock, right? And you can see there's some really interesting properties listed underneath the book once you put it in your writing table here. Your writing desk tells you that this is a single biome world. The biome that you spawn in is plains. So the entire biome of the entire dimension that we traveled to in this Skyblock book is the plains biome. It's got some Skylands properties, which is probably why we landed on a bunch of blocks like that. And it's heavy on resources, which is interesting. I guess there's a lot of resources spawning in the world there. It's also got some strongholds, a starfisher, which I'll talk to you about in a minute, and standard lighting, eternal night, meaning it will always be dark in this world, and a flat sea and normal sunset colors. And if we wanted to, we could place our notebook here over on the left slot, and that opens up the notebook, and we can see all the different things that we've discovered so far. So far, the worlds that I've traveled to have all been single biome worlds, so I don't know how to craft a book with more than one biome. But here are the different biomes I've discovered thus far: extreme hills, jungle, mushroom island, ocean, and plains. We've been to Skylands a couple times, and I've seen a lot with standard lighting, but nothing more than that. Also already discovered a book with some strongholds. So basically what happens is when you travel to a world with a descriptive book, you get to discover what the world is all about. And then when you place the descriptive book in your writing desk, along with a notebook, you'll be able to learn all the properties of that world into your notebook. Pretty cool. Let's go check out that obelisks world that I showed you guys a minute ago, because you saw there was a descriptive function of obelisks. And you can see this place, pretty interesting, that I just went and traveled to. I believe there were some really neat obelisks off in this direction. Oh boy, enemies. I better make it daytime. Curse their pathfinding. I forgot to bring a link book with me back to the overworld, but that's alright. I left one here last time I traveled to this dimension. Or age, as they're called, in the realm of Myst. So if we head over, here's one of the obelisks that randomly spawn in this area, and there's my overworld linking book. Good, let's get back. Ta-da! Back home. Now, let's get into how you can write your own ages. Simply take a book and a feather to get yourself a descriptive book. Cool. And I'm going to go place my Skyblock guy back on the pedestal where I left him earlier, because that is a neat place to be. I want to go visit that world a little bit more in the future. Now, instead of traveling directly to your age, you could place the descriptive book in your table here. And you can note that you can change the name of it. So let's do custom age. Cool. And you can place your notebook that has learned all the different functions of writing thus far that we've discovered into your slot over here. Now we can create this custom age. Let's make it a single biome, and let's call it a mushroom island biome. I don't want to do the Skylands thing. We'll do standard lighting, I guess. Don't need strongholds. I guess normal sunset colors. I want to do that heavy resources thing. I want to see what that's all about. And let's have some obelisks in there too. Terrain formation, let's make it a flat terrain. And I don't need any terrain modifiers. And time, I'll make it eternal day so that it never gets night out. That's cool. And you can see there's a bunch of different times that we've discovered thus far. Cool, so I've got my custom age book. And I'll take my notebook off the table as well. Now don't forget to craft yourself a link book, otherwise you'll be stuck in your age, and that would not be cool. Let's go ahead and place this guy down somewhere. Here's my custom age, and we'll right-click to travel to it. Let's see what this is like. Dun dun dun. Hooray, it is a mushroom biome. Sweet. Now, I think that if you don't totally customize your age, you might wind up having probably some random features in the age. So we're going to have to go back and check out that book and see what the deal is. But I'm going to go ahead and place down my link book here back to the overworld, and now I could explore this mushroom biome if I wanted to. Now you can see there are some, looks like we might have gotten another skyblock area. Let's see if we head back to our main overworld and see what we can find. Hooray! Let's pick up our custom age here. There might be a way to pick that book up without breaking the stand it's on, but who knows. Let's see. Standard lighting, normal sunset, flat, eternal day, Skylands. See, it did fill in a Skylands random thing as well, so that's why we got the Skylands world. Neat. And if we wanted to learn more places to travel, we could easily do that by just traveling to new ages. So let's place down this book here, because that's cool. I like that mushroom biome place. Just craft yourself another book. And again, don't forget your link book back home. That's an important part of this mod. So let's go travel to wherever age 57 leads us. Hooray! Traveling. Ooh, look at this. Another Skylands, but this one's definitely in some kind of snow biome. And it looks like it's getting kind of dark out. Let's get back to the overworld again. Age 57, what properties did we learn from you? Ah, frozen ocean biome. That's interesting. Let's get our notebook in there and make sure now we can go to the frozen ocean biome. Cool. More Skyland, standard lighting, eternal dusk. Ooh, that's cool. So a new type of time here, eternal dusk. Flat and normal sunset colors. Really neat. And I'm going to go travel to another random age and see if I get something else interesting. And what's cool is these ages are randomly generated if you don't customize them, but if you do customize your age, you can really kind of do whatever you want. You can make these worlds or these other dimensions totally unique and customized to however you want to get them. And I think there's probably quite a bit of different options available to you guys. Well, looks like a pretty interesting age here. Looks like we're in some kind of ice age. And let's get back to the overworld. Alright, age 60, huh? What did we learn from this guy? Ice Mountains biome, neat. So that's pretty much, ooh, Eternal Night too, cool. Flat Sea, nice. So that's pretty much all there is to the Mystcraft mod right now. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the future. This guy has been constantly adding things to this mod. You can really create some interesting ages with all the different combinations of modifiers to your books. And like I showed you guys, you can pretty much do whatever you want. It's really kind of cool. I really hope that the Forge compatibility thing comes along pretty soon, because I might want to use this mod in the future, especially with some of my usual mods that I like to play with. So it's pretty cool. And just one more thing to note for you guys as I'm hanging out in yet another age that I created here. You do not need to always go back to the overworld if you don't want to. You can create link books within an age. So if I create this linking book while I'm in this other age right now, you can see it's a linking book that leads to the Plains plus Resources world that I just created and sent myself to. So this link book will always work here. And you can have another age within the age that you're currently in. So let's go ahead and place down some link book stands here. I'm going to go ahead and place this guy right here and place down age 61. There we go. And then use my linking book to get back to my Plains and Resources age. Cool. And then I can use this linking book to get back to my main overworld. So you don't have to use the overworld as a central hub. You can go from one terrain to the next, or one age to the next. It's pretty dynamic, and you don't have to, do anything you don't want. It's pretty slick. One other feature that I should mention before we wrap up, though, is the possibility for unstable ages. Now, I mentioned those before. I was in a skyblock age, not an unstable age earlier. So let's head to a new age and check out what's in store for us, and I'll see if I can find you guys what an unstable age causes. Oh, well, this is an interesting place. Another skyblock, it looks like, but definitely a desert biome. Cool. Now, I don't know how common it is to run into an unstable age, so I went ahead and used NEI to help myself out with this. This is called a decay block, and those of you who watched Season 3 of my Let's Play series might have seen the blue goo mod. Well, the decay blocks work pretty much in a similar manner. They spread horizontally and downwards, and will cause decay within the world. So some of your ages or dimensions will be unstable and spawn these decay blocks in them. And if that happens, it starts to become a problem pretty quickly. And that is part of the Myst canon. The books had decay and unstable blocks in them as well. So, man, this is a cool looking world. I really want to just go run around and explore in here. So this is a pretty good wrapping up point, I think, for the Mystcraft mod spotlight. Hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. It's really a pretty neat and interesting mod. There's a lot to it, as you can see, and I really look forward to what the future might hold with this thing. So kudos to the original creator of this mod, XCompWiz. You can find the forum post in the description of this video, and I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. This is Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.